Oh, hello, we're
Woo!
live. Good morning, everybody. Good
Hi everyone.
afternoon. Yeah. Today is raining in Cento, and I enjoy it
Is
because
it?
it's a little bit fresh.
It's sunny here.
Oh, it's sunny. No, I just like the smell of rain in spring,
Yes, yes.
especially.
Petrichor. Do you know that the specific smell of rain on dry earth?
No, what
So
is
good.
it?
Petrichor is the word.
I have no idea
Uh,
how to spell it.
Petrichor. There you go.
Oh, okay. So it's the smell.
Rain hits some like tarmac usually or roads, but also
Mm.
like dirt, and the dirt is really dry, and then you get that amazing smell in the air of I can't describe it, of petrichor, of
Yeah.
like the rain and the earth kind of mixed up.
Yeah.
A great smell. It's not very common in the UK because in the UK it rains so often that the ground isn't usually dry enough.
Yeah.
I feel like in Italy it's probably a nice smell quite often in the spring.
I don't really like honestly, I don't really like rain. But yesterday
Sure.
it was so hot that now
Mm-hmm.
it feels like, something like, wow, you rejoice.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
like relief.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. Like a relief. All right, so Hal, would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure thing. Hi everyone. Thanks for joining us. Happy to be here. My name is Hal. I'm from the UK, from a little village near to London in the southeast of the UK. And I'm in Bologna. I have been in Bologna for, I've lost track of time.
7 months.
Thank you. Thank you, Sal.
A
7
month ago
months.
we had a webinar and it was 6. So
Yeah. Yeah, 7 months. And that's about it, really. Happy Tuesday, everyone. Happy Tuesday.
happy Tuesday. Well, my name is Sahar. I was born in San Francisco. I'm originally from the capital of Iran, Tehran. I've lived in Italy for 16 years, and I'm doing a lot of puzzles right now. A
Ah,
lot of them.
like
So
like jigsaws, like traditional.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Now it's just like a more simple one because
Mm-hmm.
we got it before Conte's speech, so we didn't really think that it's gonna last even longer. So now
You were
we're
like,
thinking
who
of getting
cares?
another one.
Another one. Where have you been getting them? Ordering them?
Yeah, you won't
Yeah.
like my answer.
Amazon.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No, not at all. Not at all. You got to do what you got to do. Hi,
Yeah, you
Ricardo.
gotta survive.
Hi.
Hi, Ricardo. Now we have
Welcome.
one question for everyone.
Mm.
And it's almost like a question is like if you want to tell us about your best holiday.
It's a sweet question. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you think of one? 'Cause-
I did, but
oh,
now I'm
island, island.
confused.
Okay. What are the options?
Budapest.
Ah,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah. Because
I've heard
Budapest was
really
with my
lovely things.
family and Ireland was
Uh-huh.
with my friends.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna go with Budapest because so Ireland we stayed in
Mm-hmm.
a hostel, which yes, it's nice, but I prefer having more comfort and not having
Sure.
like having to change roommates
Or
every second.
yeah.
That's the only reason. So Budapest, I went there with my family. We drove from Verona
Wow.
to Ljubljana and then from Ljubljana to Budapest.
Wow.
And yeah, it was really nice. We stayed at a really nice hotel on the island on the
Uh-huh.
river between Buda
Whoa.
and Pest. Yeah.
Yes. Uh-huh.
And it had the greatest spa. I mean, the greatest. I mean, there are many greater spas, but it was just like we didn't expect it to have a spa,
Oh,
and we
it
didn't
was a
expect it to
surprise.
be. Yeah, it was a surprise because we didn't even expect it to be like in the fee, like
Wow.
included. So that was really nice. And then my parents and I have different how do I say, different tastes. Let's say
different ideas of a holiday.
Exactly. I am more like historical, so I was basically the tour guide. My mom in more artistic way. My dad was like looking for food. My brother as well. So yeah, it was nice.
Nice. When was that?
2000, I think it was 2018, October
Okay.
2018 or November.
Nice. And how did you feel when you came back from it? What was
Relaxed.
Yeah. Nice.
After all that spa, relaxed. It was really nice.
Yeah, it sounds really nice.
It's a beautiful city. Have you ever been to Budapest?
I've never been, but
Oh,
everyone who
you have
goes,
to add it.
everyone who goes is really talks, as we say, very highly of it. Is very impressed by it. I would like to go. Yeah. We have some people joining us. Alessio, hello.
Hello. And Diana, hello.
Hi.
All right, so
Ricardo.
Ricardo says, my best holiday has been in Uganda, Africa. So my best holiday was in Uganda, Africa. I had a fantastic safari and saw a lot of animals, I would say.
Probably to see animals on safari. We would probably just use past simple when we're answering because you're talking about a specific trip to Uganda. So my best holiday was, right?
Exactly.
It's a bit confusing because we could ask, like, the best holiday I have ever had was blah, 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 blah. But if you're just referring to the trip, the specific point in the past, just use the past simple.
Would you like to read this one?
My best vacation was in Mykonos in the last summer. The city is absolutely awesome. Yeah, I can imagine. You can spend the time in the clubs, on the beaches, and the food is very good. Nice, lovely.
Lovely.
We don't need to say in the last summer. You can just say was in Mykonos last summer. There's no need for an article. There's no need for preposition. Last summer. Nice,
All right.
Mykonos.
What about you?
I'm going to go with the last. It's actually quite sad because I was going to Uganda in a month. So
Really?
Ricardo, but I'm not going now. I was going to go to Kampala because I have a friend who works there, but she's now been recalled to London, so I can't even go visit her. So now I'm just hoping that my flights get cancelled and I can get a refund. But Ricardo, it's nice to hear that Uganda was great. I think I was probably going to see lots of wild animals as well. But the best one that I've actually had, not my imaginary hopes for the future.
I mean, if you wanted to talk about imaginary future hoping, I would say Mexico, but
yeah, Mexico, exactly. I know we both had holidays planned, which have now been scrapped.
Big holidays, life-changing holidays.
Yeah, like big kind of once in a lifetime, as we say.
Yeah, 2020
Ricardo,
decided.
To stop once in a lifetime trips. Have you seen a gorilla? No. In a zoo, I have. Sorry, in a zoo, I have. Not in the wild.
Yeah, no, Ricardo, how was going to go to Uganda like in June? So he didn't go in the past. He wanted to go in the future.
That's nice. We can use the past continuous because I was going, but then it changed, and now I'm not going.
Yeah, as I was saying, I was like, why is this so complicated?
It's kind of confusing. I was going to go, and now I'm not. But the best real holiday that I've had was probably my last trip to New York because I was visiting some friends there, and one of them was extremely lucky. I'm sure he wouldn't mind me saying it is just luck. He's doing his PhD at NYU, and he was basically long-term apartment sitting for a professor who was quite senior in his apartment. And the
Oh my
apartment
God.
was incredible. And it was on Bleecker Street, which is like right in the middle of downtown Manhattan. And it was on like I can't remember, it was like the 20 something floor, maybe 30 something. And it just had
Oh my God.
incredible views of the whole city. And it was crazy just to be there right in the middle of town and to be able to leave the apartment every morning that week and just walk around
Oh
Manhattan.
my God.
It was great. And I was also reading Middlemarch for the first time, which I remember. And that was
Mm-hmm.
also lovely. It was just a great week. He was busy because he was working and teaching.
Mm-hmm.
I had another friend there. We went to the theater. New York,
I'm
it's just
just,
incredible.
I'm just, wow.
It's,
Life liked him. The
yeah,
universe liked your friend.
it does. It really does. He was very
Yeah.
lucky.
Mm.
Yeah, but I should explain to apartment sit or to flat sit means to, how would you describe it? Look after someone's house or their
Mm-hmm.
flat. Like babysit, we know that. To babysit means to look after the baby. To house
Yeah.
sit, cat sit, to dog sit, to whatever.
So
To
basically,
look.
he wasn't even renting it.
No, I think he
Oh
did. No,
my
no, 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 no.
God.
No, I think he did pay, but it was like extremely reasonable. Maybe he paid like for the bills
Yeah.
that they were using. But
Oh,
otherwise,
okay.
there's these
Bill.
there's these blocks in the middle of Bleecker Street which are owned by New York University. So they only have like university staff in them.
Yeah.
So it was more or less
So
free.
how long term exactly?
He was there for a year and a half. Then
Oh,
he's back in
okay.
London now.
Okay.
Amazing.
Amazing.
Um, yeah.
Wow. But then, I'm just speechless, honestly.
I know. You should have seen my face, Sahar, when I walked into the apartment and saw those views of
Yeah.
like, I was flipped, flipped.
Diana says that indeed my best holiday was last year when I did a nice tour of North America. It was difficult, but a beautiful journey. You're still talking about the past, and you said it's last year. So it was difficult but beautiful. Why was it difficult?
How were you traveling? Were you driving? Were you on
Was it a
trains?
road trip?
A road trip? Because I can imagine that might be difficult at times, even though really fun,
Yeah.
maybe.
Oh, because like the distances in the United States is like basically visiting Europe.
Yeah. People are like, oh, I'm going to see my grandma for the day. And then they drive like 5 hours and then 5 and you're like, what?
Exactly. It's kind of
Unbelievable.
similar to our situation in Tehran because it's such a big city.
It's
When I used
really,
to live there, yeah,
yeah.
it's huge. So basically, when I used to live there, in the weekend, we would go to my grandma's house, who lived
Hmm.
like 2 hours away.
Wow.
But it's in the same city, 2 hours
Yeah.
away in the same city. It was just like, for me, it was normal. But
Yeah.
now, travel, like, even if you were like drive 2 hours from Bologna, you find yourself in a completely different
Mm.
place.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Hi, Carol. Hey, I'm Carol. I'm writing from Palma. Lovely. My best holiday was in Sardinia 3 years ago. It was a dream because there are a lot of beautiful beaches. I want to go. I really want
Me
to go.
too. I want to go there, and I want to go to Sicily, and I want to go to beaches. Honestly,
Yeah, just beaches.
just beaches, and I think this summer I'm gonna be even whiter than I am right now
Mm.
because like even though I'm Iranian, that doesn't really do
But
much to me.
you have a little balcony, but does it get much sun?
Yeah, just I don't like sunbathing.
Oh, okay. So
I
usually
pre-
you will get a tan just by being
go
around.
yeah
Same,
yeah
same
by
here, to be
going to
honest.
the beach.
Yeah,
Because when I go to the beach, I want to go, swimming and playing
yeah,
with the sand. I know I'm 23, but I still like playing with the sand, reading a book,
yeah.
not just like laying there and waiting for the sun to hit me.
Sure. Yeah.
Oh, I had a lesson with Pepper the other day. Hello,
Ah,
I'm from Sicily, but I live in Bologna for 20 years. I've known Sahar in her beautiful American accent yesterday. Yes, we had a lesson together, and I said that the American accent is better. I'm sorry, Hal.
that's okay. I
And
met I met.
I met, exactly. Be careful.
To meet someone, not to know someone. You know
Mhm.
someone in general, but the point when you first go, oh, hey, what's your name? Nice to meet
Mhm.
you. You meet them.
Like a first encounter.
Hmm.
To meet is for the first encounter. All right. So if you guys have more best holidays experiences you want to tell us, write it down. And in the meantime, we can begin here with a week in.
In a weekend. Dot dot dot.
Where would you like to go?
Sure, we have deciding what to do in a city, your teacher's hometown, superlatives, and making recommendations.
Which basically they just assumed here that the teacher was going to be British and from London.
No, because there's a bit, maybe you're right. There's a bit where they're like, what's your hometown? Your teacher tell you about their hometown, but it does assume some knowledge of London, it's true.
Yeah, and
Unfortunately,
I'm like,
today, I know
sorry.
a bit. At least I know a bit about
Yeah,
London. We're lucky.
this
Um,
is a taxi. This is actually
exactly.
an old school taxi, isn't it?
Yeah, and it's in that St. James's Park horse parade.
Wow,
Uh,
I have a really nice story to tell you here. Basically, that one time that I was in London,
sure.
I got lost because I took the correct subway
Uh-huh.
underground, the correct
Yeah,
train
yeah.
underground. But that day they had like they were working on it, so I didn't really double check that it was going where I wanted it to go. So I
Okay.
found myself literally lost in the
Okay.
middle of the city with my phone at 1%.
Ooh.
And I had to meet
You were
my
still in the
friend.
center. You hadn't gone out. You were still in
I
the center.
had gone a little bit out.
Okay.
Literally, I came out of the underground and saw that there were like few lights and
Mm-hmm.
there was no one. I don't know where I was. So I was
Uh-huh.
just like, oh my God, I'm gonna cry. Oh, I'm so dead here. Someone's gonna kill me here. And then just one of these was going around and I was like, hey, I have to go here.
Can
I
you
have
help?
nothing else. I just have to go here.
Yeah.
And it didn't actually cost that much.
Okay, good. How long did
Yeah.
it take you? Were you far away? He didn't
I
just
think
drive
I was
around
like
the
a bit
corner.
of 10 minutes away
Oh, okay. Okay.
by car.
Sure.
Yeah, so I don't know really how far it was from other places. Yeah. Horrible, horrible.
No, but black cabs are still important. Yeah.
Yeah.
Black taxis.
All right, so I'm gonna ask you these questions if it's okay with you, because then I don't know
Sure.
anything about
Sure,
London.
sure, sure.
Have you been to London?
I am from the suburbs of London. So yes, and I lived in London for a year.
Hmm.
So yes, many, many times.
What is the
Um,
suburb of London? You mean like here?
well, it's hard to, yes, exactly, actually, on there, a bit to the left of where, probably at the top of the L, there, exactly there is where
Oh
my
wow, okay.
parents live. Because it's strange. London, you can measure the population of London in different ways, but the greater London metropolitan area has over 10 million people in it,
Mm-hmm.
which would include sort of everything within the M25, which is the big motorway that goes around it. And then on the outskirts of that, you have this huge urban area that is the suburbs,
Mm-hmm.
suburbia, also cities of their own, with their own history, but that are now part of London. It's huge.
Okay.
I mean, when you think that, yeah, it's like one out of seven or one out of six people in the UK live in that area.
Wow.
Yeah,
A lot of people.
a lot of people.
All
Exactly.
right.
And you've been to London. How old were you when you got lost and almost died?
I was, it was 3 years ago.
Okay.
Yes, I had just started, no, maybe 4 years ago. I had just started university and
Uh-huh.
I actually went to London because at the beginning I wanted to visit my friend in Cambridge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she studied in Cambridge and then I knew someone else who also studied in London, so then I just like
Sure.
went there.
To London, and then your friend came down from Cambridge.
Yeah, for one day, I think, because then I was staying with my other friend.
Okay.
Yeah, a lot of Italians go to London,
Yes.
like to
Yes.
study.
Yeah.
It's a melting
Uh,
pot.
it is a melting pot, exactly. Ricardo says, yes, I have been more than once. Cool. I think the best time to go in London is springtime. Yeah, springtime is nice. I think springtime is nice in general for traveling. I mean, here we are locked inside, but it's true because even London, although not compared to Italy, but even London can be in July can be a bit hot to be walking around everywhere and going on the
Even
underground.
London.
Even London, maybe for 2 weeks in the summer, it's a bit
Yeah.
hot. Whereas in the spring, it's kind of perfect.
Yeah, the spring is perfect.
Yeah.
I love spring for traveling. Okay, I'm not gonna. So you think,
Don't tell
you
me.
also think that the best time to go to London is in spring?
I would say so, or maybe just the summer, because it's never that hot. I think if you're from Italy or
Hmm.
Southern Europe and you go to London in July or August, it will feel like a relief
Yeah.
compared to the heat here.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, and
And
often in the
what?
summer things are quite. There are lots of events going on. There are lots of festivals and that kind of thing.
Oh
So
yeah.
yeah.
I had some students that basically every year went to Scotland in summer
Uh-huh.
because of a festival, a theater festival.
Edinburgh
And
Fringe.
yeah, exactly,
Yeah,
exactly.
I
And they
went every
absolutely
year.
love it.
I used
Or
to
maybe you
go.
know them.
Maybe I know them. Yeah, I went every year when I was at uni, and then a few years after, and I stopped now.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, they both work for, like, one of them, she worked in the theater as an actress,
Oh,
and
cool.
he instead teaches at the university, theater management and, you know,
Wow.
the rest.
Wicked.
Yeah, so maybe you know
Um,
them. Um, what are the most famous landmarks in London?
anyone know? Anyone help? I mean, the most famous would be Big Ben and
Yeah,
the London Eye, St. Paul's
yeah.
Cathedral, maybe Tower Bridge. Dum 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 dum.
I kind of
Those are
like I
the
like
major
the
ones.
I like Trafalgar Square a lot,
Yeah, Trafalgar
just
Square is
because
gorgeous.
it was basically on all my stops.
Yeah, and it is right in the middle of the city,
Hmm.
and it feels kind of it's just exciting and lively. Then
Hmm.
along from Trafalgar Square, there's Leicester Square and the West End with all the theatres and Chinatown.
Oh, I love the Chinatown.
Yeah, it's really
I've been
beautiful.
to like San Francisco's Chinatown, but I think London's
Ah,
is much better.
oh, really? Cool. That's nice to
Because I
hear.
had a friend who is well, she's still alive, who's Chinese and was
Mhm.
studying in London at the time. So
Okay.
basically, she took us to the best Chinese restaurants
Wow.
there. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah, because the only thing about Chinatown is that sometimes it can be quite overwhelming. Like there are so
yeah,
many places that you don't know
exactly.
which one is the best exactly.
Yeah, we trusted her. I was
Um,
like, yeah, you take us there.
yeah. Should we look at
Ah,
some nice
oh my
comments?
God, heartbreaking. I
There we
was going
go.
to go to London in March, but due to coronavirus, I couldn't.
Perfect. I mean, not perfect, perfectly formed sentence, but
Perfect
really
sentence.
unfortunate. Also, really
So
nice use of was going to and then but. Great. We say that a lot.
mhm. Don't
Also,
worry, Diana.
Carol.
Also us.
Yeah,
I think everyone. I think it's going to be like all of us in, at least in Italy, will have our birthdays in quarantine. Complete socialism. Everyone like the same.
everyone the same. I
Everyone
hope.
the same. At least you don't feel as though you missed anything.
Sure, exactly. Um, and Carol, Westminster is a one famous landmark,
Oh,
exactly.
sorry. I thought
Carol
Diana and
says,
Carol were the same.
I haven't been to London yet. I hope to go next year. Nice. It's good. It's good.
Me
Uh,
too. Yes, I have, and I think that the most famous landmarks in London are Tower Bridge, London Eye, Trafalgar Square, the Shard, the Big Ben, etc.
Yeah, and
Piccadilly.
Piccadilly Circus. That's how did I forget that? Hyde Park, or just lots
Yeah,
of parks in general. Buckingham
yeah.
Palace, which is so ugly, but Buckingham Palace. Yeah, the
Why
Tate
don't you
Modern.
like? Why don't you like Buckingham
It's
Palace?
just it's just an ugly style of architecture. It's just it's like a wedding cake. Um, I don't like it. I don't like it. I like
Yeah.
the park, and I like Kensington Gardens, which is just behind it, kind of. Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I love the magical atmosphere you have in London. It is a very fantastic cosmopolitan town. Exactly. We have a saying in the UK, which is from I think Ben Jonson, which is no, Samuel Johnson. When a man is tired of London, he is tired of life.
wow.
But I lived there for a year and I got tired of it, so I can't say that much.
Are you tired of
Um,
life?
maybe I moved. It was difficult. Um,
I mean, maybe you don't like big cities.
Maybe that. I do think London these days is really hard to live in if you're in your 20s and you're just working. It's not much
Yeah.
fun because it's so huge and expensive. Can be
It
difficult.
is. I was gonna. I didn't want to ruin it for everyone, but it's as expensive as New York and San Francisco.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I
yeah.
didn't really. My friends studying there tell me about the fees of university and
Mm-hmm.
how much they pay for having an apartment. I'm like,
Accommodation.
oh
Yeah,
my god.
yeah, exactly.
And I talk bad about Bologna being, the city that it
Pricey.
is. Yeah, pricey.
Yeah, yeah. Here
All right.
we
What
go.
shall
There we
we
are.
do?
Uh-huh.
All right. So I'm gonna read this part,
Sure. Okay, and
and
I'll
you
read the
can
rest.
read this one. Buckingham Palace, the Queen's residence, tour of the house and gardens. Watch the changing of the guard. The London Eye, a huge ferry wheel with views over London. The Houses of Parliament, where the old and current Parliament sits. Tor and Big Ben.
Great. The Tower of London, an old royal palace and prison, the Crown Jewels, dungeons. Westminster Abbey, famous church, museum, guided tour, site of the royal weddings and coronations. And then can you move the banner?
Oh,
Olympic
oops.
Stadium, built for the 2012 Olympic Games. There you go.
All right. I've been literally to only this part.
The one on the left. Oh, okay,
Yeah.
interesting.
But I mean, I've
Um,
seen the London Eye, but I didn't
yeah,
actually go on it because
sure.
it was very expensive, isn't it?
Yeah, it is really expensive, and you have to queue and stuff.
Oh,
Uh, and I've only been on it. I think I went on it once, maybe twice.
was it good?
Yeah, it was kind of cool, but I don't really. I don't know. I'd much prefer to walk along the river than spend
Me
half
too.
an hour waiting to go up. I don't
Yeah.
think it's worth it, as we say. Um, Hey Antonio, the best holiday I've
Hello.
been on so far was my holiday in Barcelona. Nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Barcelona is
Barcelona is
also really nice. Confirmed for San Francisco. My daughter has a room in Berkeley. Very, very expensive, much more than London. Yeah. San
yeah.
Francisco is expensive, especially Berkeley. My cousin studied in Berkeley, and
Uh-huh.
yeah, just he told me about it.
Nice. And Ricardo, it's really great. It's a funny way of saying something, but it's really great. We say, I can confirm that. That's what I would say,
Mhm.
right? I can confirm is the
Can
way in
confirm.
English we would say that. I can confirm that, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Uh,
Hello, Hal and Sahar. It's nice to see you again.
you
Us for
too, you
us
too.
too.
Hope you're well.
Likewise.
Likewise.
Likewise is
Um,
really nice.
It's easy as well
Likewise,
because
Yeah.
You can just say it without really thinking about what if the other person says something nice, you just say
Likewise.
likewise. Yeah. And the same to you.
Yeah.
Or
God, I
ditto,
had
but yeah,
a
you can say ditto.
yeah.
Slightly
All right.
less or more. Which of these would you like to visit, Sahar? On the right, I guess, if you've already seen the ones on the left.
So I really would like to visit these crown jewels, the prisons and dungeons, because I'm just interested in that kind of thing. But
Mm-hmm.
also the Westminster Abbey.
Mm-hmm.
Not because of the royal weddings or such, but because of, churches, I think have the best paintings
Yeah,
inside them ever. Like
yeah.
in Rome, even the church that
Smaller,
it's yeah, a
yeah,
smaller church has beautiful art.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. And
I
it's
always
usually
go. Mhm.
free, or it's usually like free, or you can make a contribution, right? But you just go in and have a
Exactly.
look. Yeah.
Exactly. I Whenever I go to Rome, unfortunately, it's always like, you know, I'm just going there for the one day, not even a
Mm-hmm.
whole day, just like half a day, and then have to go back.
Mm-hmm.
Once I was traveling from Palermo to
Mm-hmm.
Bologna, but then I stopped in Rome, and basically the whole day I was just like going from one church to another.
Wow.
Very
Beautiful.
tired. I was very tired. I didn't really think it through
Sure.
because yeah, I had my luggage with me and I had to go around Rome for 7 hours with nowhere to, relax.
Leave the stuff and just relax, right?
Yeah.
Um, oh,
Oh,
Masha went, hey,
you
I
wanna,
Yeah, sure thing. I never have been in London, but after quarantine, I'd like to visit the city because I have a lot of friends there. Nice, lovely, great. Be careful with the never, placing the adverb. We put it between have and the participle. So I have never. Or yeah, that's also true. If it's contracted, you can say I've never.
yeah,
Okay.
I've never been. Yeah, my brother has never been to London and he made me promise him to take him so he could see. What did he want to see? I have no idea. But he really wanted to visit a part of London.
I'd recommend going to. Obviously, all of these places are great, but go to Hampstead Heath. If you have you have to. It's a bit out of the city. It's towards the north, but you can get there on the tube, and it's the most incredibly beautiful, huge park with views kind of out over the city. It's really
Could
gorgeous. I
you?
appreciate that when write it, yeah, because it's got really weird spelling.
Yeah, because
Hampstead,
I just Googled it and Google suggested hamster teeth.
Hampstead Heath is really nice, and also I love the Barbican. Barbican is like a kind of cultural space, as in hard to describe. It's got a museum, it's got cinemas, it's got a theatre. It's a really incredible example of brutalist architecture. I think it's beautiful, but some people think it's extremely ugly.
Mhm,
And that's in the center of town, and it's really great.
mhm.
Barbican,
The Barbican.
yeah.
Alright.
And Hampstead Heath, exactly. Those are my favorite spots.
All right. So in case I'm going to
If
London,
you go, exactly.
I will ask you again because I'll probably forget.
Sure, sure
I don't
thing.
have my pen and paper with me like I usually do.
I'll be here. You can ask me whenever.
Lovely. All right. So shall we continue?
Sure thing.
Ha.
Okay.
Now, this is the question we wanted to ask you at the beginning,
Mhm.
but it's it makes more
Say
sense,
now.
yeah, to be just in the middle. Now, could you tell us three countries that you would like to visit?
3.
I'm gonna even put the yeah.
And give a reason why. Yeah, there we go. So we can use I want, or we can use I'd like to.
Yeah.
And we're thinking about the future, when we can travel. and visit lots of cool places.
Yeah.
Um, so, what's the
So,
first place that comes to your mind?
well, it's always Mexico.
Of course.
Because like it was the dream vacation after I graduated. So basically, I had so much stress because there was a tiny bit possibility that I wouldn't
Yeah.
graduate in time because my professors don't really they say that we have deadlines, but they don't consider their own deadlines.
Okay.
And yeah, so it was a really stressful period. I would have just gone there and relaxed the whole time. The next one is Jordan because I've
Hmm.
seen a lot of people going there, and the pictures that I've seen are just simply amazing. It's one of the only countries that I respect in the Middle East
Sure.
because they
Great.
managed to put, you put religion and modernity in a very balanced way.
Huh?
And Nepal.
Wow.
Oh no, yes, Nepal and New Zealand. But
Incredible.
Nepal, yeah, Nepal because it's like,
All because
eh, I mean, it's really bad because I kind of like based it on things that I've seen on films or in pictures, but it's
sure, but yeah.
basically I've studied like their nomad lives, kind of.
Uh-huh.
That's more
Uh-huh.
Mongolia, but also they had this nomad history that impresses me a lot.
Wow.
And New Zealand because it's the only country that I politically respect.
Yeah, we'd have to be in New Zealand when the world ends. That's what I always
Yeah,
think. I'd quite like to time it next time so that when there's a pandemic, I'm just in
they
New
know
Zealand.
what to do. It's like
Yeah,
they're literally in the future.
yeah, I agree.
What about you? I said four. Sorry, go
I'm
ahead.
gonna go with yeah, four, great. I'm gonna go with they're all quite close together actually, which maybe is a bit strange, but I'm gonna go with um Jordan, Lebanon, and Turkey.
Oh, we can go together.
Yeah, I just love the food from the kind of Eastern Mediterranean. Maybe I would also add Greece, just because it's also close. Why not? I love that kind of food. There's something so just incredible about the flavors and the
Yeah,
textures. And I find it culturally interesting. I would love. I saw Antonia mentioned Istanbul. I would love to go to Istanbul for the history
yeah,
and soak that up. And then yeah, the Eastern Mediterranean, I
yeah.
guess.
Antonio understood pretty well what the correct answer is.
Good. 10
Yeah,
points. 10 out of 10.
10 points to
I'm so
Antonio for
sorry.
this.
How did I forget? Also, Iran. It would actually. It
It's
would.
actually very strange because we have a lot of common foods with Turkey, Greece, and I think also Lebanese food.
Sure. When I think of Persian cuisine, I think of it's kind
But
of similar,
then
right? The
it's
Levant. Yeah.
kind of similar. It's like basically a lot of our yeah, some of our dishes are in
Yeah.
common,
Yeah.
maybe with some variants. But then, like Iran has its own personal cuisine that doesn't really touch any other country.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. But it
it's like
makes
they
sense that there would be kind of some crossover and then a separate, even geographically, that makes sense.
like
Then
the
a separate.
dolmas, for example. The dolmas in Greece and in Turkey are usually without meat and
Okay.
only with the rice. But in
Uh-huh.
Iran, we add meat as well. So yeah, you
Okay.
prefer the Greece version.
Yeah, I would. I would. Um,
Oh my God, I'd like to visit Maldives for the beaches, for the beaches, yeah, and the sea. The Dolomites in winter to skiing, and I'd like to visit the USA for a big tour. Even with this situation of the United States, you'd like to visit it.
that's bold. I like it.
Bold.
Whatever you do, don't go to the Dolomites. I went to the Dolomites this winter to walk, and it was
Uh, no, no,
horrible. It was
that's not
horrible.
a good.
The only people around us were people like Ricardo who have their heads on correctly, who were skiing. It was
Yeah.
terrible.
No, the Dolomites are really nice, even like September, so
Yeah,
almost autumn,
yeah.
September, October.
I want to go back.
Hmm. Really nice. All right, and let's see who else. Oh, you also said I have no idea
Right.
how you pronounce it. Phnom Penh,
Pen? Not sure.
Jean Penh.
Phnom
Yeah,
Penh. Let's go with that in Cambodia.
I'd
Uh,
like. Oh, you want to
okay.
go?
There you go. You go.
I'd like to visit Utah. You mean the state? Oh yeah,
Mm-hmm.
because I just went there to see Antelope Canyon and Horseshoe Bend, and I like to see it better. Jordan and Morocco are my other dreams. True.
Nice. Yeah, Morocco, the Mediterranean. I'm all about it. I want to just spend the rest of
Mediterranean.
my life like paddling around the edges of the Mediterranean. That's fine by
Yes,
me.
it's so interesting. Also, Egypt. Unfortunately, with this political situation, not so much.
Sure.
But the history of Egypt, not just the pyramids,
Hmm.
the whole, yeah, I would really love to be able to
Yeah,
visit it
yeah.
again.
I'd love to go to Alexandria and yeah, yeah.
Yeah, for example, Alexandria. And one other country that I would really like to visit is Mongolia.
Wow.
Yeah, because they are actual proper nomads, and I just love the whole
Nomads.
idea.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And there aren't. So basically, it's just so interesting the fact that Mongolia was basically the empire that
Hmm.
conquered half of the world, all of Asia plus
Sure.
so far. And now it's just, a little
It's like
state with nomads that they're nice.
extraordinary. Yeah, yeah,
Mhm. So many things in the
yeah.
world to visit. Not enough time. Unless you become a YouTuber.
Yeah, these lucky people who just like travel around and they always say like, oh, it cost me this much. This is how much it cost. This is how I did it. And you're like, no, it didn't. Be honest. I can't do this.
Like
Um,
my brother likes watching YouTube videos of people who, get paid to go around the
mhm.
world and basically,
Mhm.
expressing, telling, reporting what they see. And
Yeah,
I don't want to watch that because that's so just unfair.
yeah, not
Like,
fair.
no, unfair.
And look
Oh,
at
oh, sorry. We have so many.
loads of people. Yeah. Okay. I'd like to visit Madagascar because Africa drives me crazy. There are a lot of beautiful beaches. Nice. I want to go to Japan because I'm attracted to their culture. And I'd like to go to Brazil to dance samba. Wow, what an itinerary. Lovely.
Yeah, very
Great,
good.
great, great.
I'm not fond of too hot places because my skin is really sensitive and I'll probably cook my body. Yeah, don't go to south of Iran in summer.
Yeah.
I remember one of my teachers, like middle school teachers, went to the south of Iran
Good boy.
and he had the great idea not to put like, I mean, he actually couldn't, but like wearing sunscreen would have helped.
Uh-huh.
And he just had these t-shirts. So basically he returned that he had this very, very bad tan.
Tan line.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah,
wow.
so basically here completely white,
Oh
but
my
like
goodness.
this white. And the whole arm was just like red, so sunburned.
Yeah.
That's honestly what happens to me too. So I'm in that sense I'm very European.
The reality is, cool. The reality is that I'd like to visit everywhere. I love traveling. Hmm. I'm not much of a traveler, I have to say, but
Why not?
I am. I don't know.
You're not a YouTuber.
I'm not a YouTube exactly. I don't have a YouTube channel, so I don't travel. That's it.
When you can go to Mongolia, let me know something, please. It would
Ah,
be yeah, it would be interesting to go there. Yeah, it's one of those countries that it's just so fascinating.
yeah,
Yeah,
I agree.
and it's
What's
very
the
close to
capital?
like very
Ulaanbaatar.
dangerous. Sorry.
What's the? Is that what's like the main city? Ulaanbaatar, is that it?
It's the
Or have I
capital,
made that up?
I think.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
But then are there other cities, or would you? I mean, I
I
guess there
would
are, right?
actually just go because
To
like
the steppes, to
what I've
the
studied, yeah,
land.
exactly. Because what I've like read through some travel blogs is that they are
Mhm.
nomads. So basically, yes, there's a big city, but then the rest of the population is just like, going from one place to another in the steppes. Yeah. It's really nice.
Wow.
I found it very interesting because it's a safer place than its neighbors North Korea, Russia, or
Mhm,
China.
mhm, mhm, mhm.
It's literally poor Mongolia in the middle.
Great.
And Antonio leaves us for lunch. All right, have a good
Yeah,
lunch.
you
We don't say
have a good lunch.
Yeah, we don't say bon appetit or something like that in English. Just have a good lunch.
We don't
So
even say
sad.
that really. I
Yeah,
don't say. Sometimes I say that, but it sounds a bit strange. But I
you
need to
just say
get going. Is
enjoy.
lovely. To get going, I need to get
Get going.
going.
Yeah, very
Perfect.
good.
Bye, Antonio. Have a lovely afternoon.
Bye bye. And Carol says, I would like to visit London, speak a little English, at least I try, and to know
Yes.
this beautiful country. I'd like to go to Ireland too, because it inspires me a lot.
Hmm. Great.
Exactly. So it's just, yeah, Ireland, I loved it. If I could, I would go back to Ireland. I loved it, absolutely. The
Where were you?
people,
Dublin.
I went to Dublin, and then just like for the day, I went to Galway.
Okay.
Yeah, just
Beautiful.
one day. But it's just like the people are so, so nice. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe my eyes. They're so, because they're not Middle Eastern. Usually Middle Eastern people are nice. Stereotypical. Okay, many
Uh,
people think Mongolia is just steppe, but there's a whole culture to discover. Exactly. Like Genghis
yeah.
Khan's culture.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, and I would also say Siberia.
Oof.
It's kind of
Wow.
cool
That's
for me.
really. That's really wild. That's so remote. Um, so remote. And
And the
finally,
United
I'd like to
States,
go to the USA. Yeah, I'd like to visit, especially the Grand Canyon. Nice.
the Grand Canyon. Oh, we had 3 minutes. We've been talking about traveling here and there,
We've
then we
been
forgot.
fasting. Yeah.
Yeah,
Have you got any
okay.
final questions? Final questions, guys. Please ask us in the
Yes.
comments. Because we will be off soon.
It will be off, yeah.
Um,
I'm just interested why everyone wants to go to the United States.
I mean, I get it. Well, as a teenager, especially, I was obsessed with
Really?
America. Yeah, like Americana, like kind of tacky diners, Tarantino,
I would have never
the way of
said of that.
speaking as well. Well, no, I grew out of it, or I changed, and now I'm kind of repulsed by lots of what America is and stands for. But I still have this kind of residual, like a little bit of fondness for it
I
left over,
know.
right?
Yeah, it's very strange. I mean, I studied politics, so basically,
Yeah.
whatever I see, like if I like a country, it's usually because of its politics,
Sure,
also
sure,
because of
sure.
the
I
culture, of
think,
course.
yeah,
But if
yeah.
it has a really bad politicians, or the whole situation, like the if the democracy is considered a democracy but it's not really, or if it's a hypocrite government, all that kind of things, I'm just like, you might be nice but not that nice. Like New Zealand. New
You,
Zealand,
wait, but what you're saying is, because I agree, you're saying it changes your perception and you
it
maybe are
does.
less likely to want to go there. Because I think that's true for me as well. Yeah,
Yeah, New
yeah,
Zealand
I agree.
instead is just like, this prime minister is the love of my life. Because
Oh, Jacinda.
yeah, she can do, I don't know, she's amazing. But then Australia is literally a few kilometers away, not a few, but like some kilometers away.
I know.
They're very
Yeah.
close. And they were discovered almost during the same period. but they are completely opposite. I hate Australia. Not Australians. I love Australians. That
I don't
country,
like
though.
Australia at all. In fact, the
Like
worst holiday I ever had was probably in Australia, but that's for another time.
oh no, I want to know.
Time's up. You'll never know.
You just waited for that second. Okay, guys. So we're gonna head out. Head out? No,
Love you and leave
nowhere.
you. Head out. I like it. Have lovely afternoons.
Yes,
Guys.
guys. And I'm gonna ask Hal right now about his trip to Australia.
Sure thing.
Bye bye.
Bye, guys. Take care.